What's going on? What's going on? Come get this work, Mobcast. We in the building. How's it going, Coach?
Man, I'm glad to be here with you tonight, man.
What's going on? What's going on? Let me mute this right quick.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here with you tonight, man. Thank you, man, for moderating this and doing what you do, man.
You already know, Coach. You know I got to get on here and talk some MMA with my brother, man. I know I got to do that.
All right, we see some of the regular crew, man. I hope you guys got y'all links, man. Mary, George, you know, hope y'all got your links, man.
I got to do that.
Oh, okay. Guys, we're gonna get this thing cooking, man.
Okay, well, I had to mute myself right quick. Yeah, we got some people coming in. Mary Thomas. All right, George Page.
All right, we're gonna
Arpit Singh.
Link you guys up.
Yeah, we're gonna send out a few links. Man, we got a lot to talk about today. We're gonna let a few more people jump in and then we're gonna get started, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I can't wait. I see him. I see the War Machine, Brittany Neiman in the building.
Oh, that's my girl.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. She's not in there. No, she ain't in there. All right. So we got a lot to talk about, guys. You know, you can still talk if you don't have any beef, right? Yeah, Mary. All right. Well, Mary, you know, hey, man. I guess you're going to. Okay. So, yeah, he's working on the links right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need Mary Thomas's email, and I'll shoot her one.
Okay.
And
I can hold on. Let me forward it. Let me just get you the emails, man, because
sure.
and I can talk to y'all, man. So, guys, you know, man, I appreciate y'all coming in, guys. We're trying to make this channel a success, boy. I'm telling you. So, you know, we got a lot going on with it, folks. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, and like Coach was saying, man, we just really appreciate it, man. We're gonna get this thing up and running, man, and it's good. It's good, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's a work in progress. But if you're patient with us to work out the kinks, it's gonna be some fire coming out here. Best believe it, man.
Man, we finna put this work in on these people, man.
Yeah, I mean, we can we can jump on into it while you're sending out some links. I actually just read up on a story about Tyron Woodley and Till. And have you heard about that?
Nah, what's going on?
Basically, so either today or yesterday, Tyron Woodley came out and said that if Darren Till doesn't make weight, make weight, he's not going to fight him. And basically he said that, you know, he said he spent about $60,000 on this camp, man. And I just couldn't. I mean, I remember you saying that these fighters spend a lot of money, but I had no idea that some fighters spend that much money.
Yeah, they spend a lot of bread, man. They spend a lot of bread on links. I mean, I'm sorry, they spend a lot of bread on camps, and you have to, you know, get the best in there. You have to prepare. Now, when you're on Tyron Woodley level, you know, he makes a little bit more money. He's at a level where he really makes money. So he can afford to, you know, have the camps, you know, be, you know, a lot more scripted, you know, more comfortable, you know. Whereas if you're somebody on the low end of the totem pole, you gotta scrape and make ends meet, and you got to do what you can do, you know. That's right. Just it. Okay. You have to completely do what you got to do, and that's just it. That's how it works. So yeah, man, 60 grand on a camp is a lot of money. You know, that's a lot.
It is a lot. I was looking for footage because he actually said a few things. It was an interview, but what I'll do is I'll just read a quick quote from that, and we can jump into that. So he said that where is it here? He said, would I fight Usman? And I'm not familiar with this guy. I'm not going to lie. But he said, yeah, I would fight Usman. I would fight Usman on a full training camp. I'll fight anybody on a full training camp, but I'm not that guy. This is not a circus to me. You're not going to have me prepare for a 6'3" striker southpaw and then 24 hours before the fight because this expletive missed weight and he's unprofessional. Now I've got to fight a 5'10" switch stance wrestler. No, you're not going to waste my time. You're not going to waste my money that I forked into training camps. You're not going to add this one crazy variable and make me feel like I'm the punk or I'm the pansy for not taking the fight. No, it's not going to happen. And I mean, to Darren Woodley, I'll say Darren Woodley, to Tyron Woodley, I'll say this. I mean, normally I would have his back. Normally I would have his back, but I mean, what he's saying makes sense. But at the same time, a guy like me, I can't really jump out there and, make a lot of videos defending him because of what he's done in the past. But what he's saying is sound. I mean, the UFC does try to force people into these situations. And if Tyron Woodley loses, I'm pretty sure he knows that, all right, he's probably going to get thrown back into the end of the line.
Yeah, he might, man. I see where you're coming from, because if you have been in a fight camp and you're preparing for one person, then you got to prepare for somebody. It puts the person, they actually put you at a disadvantage. The guy coming in, he don't have nothing to lose. He's got nothing to lose. And so, that guy's going to come in, balls to the walls, and he's not going to have any kind of, he's going to come in there with reckless abandon. And them guys, them short notice guys, some of them guys be winning, man. And, but I'm not a real big Tyron Woodley supporter. I can't find myself supporting him, man. I just, dude been buck dancing and, he just been cooning and just doing all kind of crazy stuff, man. I can't support him, So if he lose the fight, I wouldn't even care, man. Good riddance.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Apparently this guy, Darren Till's been having some tough weight cuts as it is. And I guess he's basically a middleweight, something like that.
Yeah. Darren Till, Darren Till fights at, well, no, I think he's a natural 185 pounder, man, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
natural 185 pounder. He definitely does his thing. But he's gonna come down to welterweight to fight Tyron Woodley. So yeah, man, he bigger than Tyron Woodley, so and if he miss weight, I mean, Tyron will get a percentage of his purse, man. But Tyron ain't gonna fight him anyway. And and Dana White gonna try to persuade him to fight somebody else of his choosing, which Dana in these situations always tries to get his boys or these guys that he loves, and he'll try to he'll give these guys an opportunity. And them guys ain't trying to hear all that. Like, you remember, he tried to get Demetrius Johnson to fight TJ Dillashaw. Tried to. And Demetrius was like, well, why can't I just fight people in my division, Like,
exactly.
It's crazy. JMJ 2121 is in the building. Shout out to JMJ. JMJ 2121 is in the building. Okay, guys. Well, we sent hello? Oh, George Page is in the building, man.
What's up, George?
Yeah. What's up? So you're talking about Tyron Woodley?
Yeah. That's what it is right now.
I kind of like the guy at first, but then after that whole Mike Perry thing, that really turned me off. I mean, he should have said, "Hey, Mike, you can't call yourself that. You're not really that. Even though you're 2%, it's not enough to say that word. Not enough." He should have put him in his place. Should have put him in check. But we're
going to jump into Mike Perry in a little bit, actually, because he's actually involved in the next story. But let me read one more thing and get your thoughts on it, George. So Tyron said it says in this from MMA Junkie, it says the champ said he went from walking around at 185 at, I guess they're saying age 25, to suddenly beefing up to 200 when he turned 26. Tyron Woodley said Till could easily make a splash in the middleweight division, which is where the title challenger has said he'll migrate after winning and defending the title. And then Woodley says, quote, his body's going to be the body that's beat up from cutting all that weight. He's probably not doing it the right way. If anything, it's going to be my benefit that he doesn't make weight. So, I mean, I know that you follow bodybuilding and stuff like that, George. What do you think?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What do you think a tough weight cut and stuff like that, what kind of effect that could have on Darren Till? You know what I mean?
Well, like I said,
go ahead.
When we're bodybuilders, what they do is, like, if you cut weight, that's like you got to push out water. You can cause yourself dehydration. I remember I watched specials where they show the guys sitting back there on have oxygen. The women, sometimes even the women would be like they couldn't even get on stage because trying to push out the extra water to show your muscles more and make your vein pops is dangerous. It is like anything, like any sport, when you try to get down to a certain weight, it is dangerous to try to cut. And if you can't do it like properly and slowly, it can cause heart problems. It can cause, dehydration. You can die, because you're pushing out water that the body needs. Remember the body is over and at least 10% water. And like I said, you remember that situation with KKK Lee when she took a diuretic, and I think it was Cyborg took a diuretic, and that's why the USDA makes something like that illegal. But technically, it's not an enhancer. I don't see how a diuretic is an enhancer. It doesn't enhance anything. It just pushes out water.
Yeah, I mean, with the you're talking about like the diuretics and stuff and the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is like maybe 200 pounds walking around. Yeah, I think middleweight would probably be the best place for him to be because in welter that's like 175.
Welterweight is what is welterweight, coach? That's 140, 147, isn't it?
No, you talking about in boxing. In MMA, welterweight is 170.
Okay, 170.
170. So that's like if he's 200 pounds walking around at 30 pounds. So he should be better off as a middleweight because that's 180, 185. So, you only have to drop 15 to 20 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. We got Mary Thomas in the building. How's it going, sis?
The Queen of Shade.
Hey, how are you guys? How's everybody? I'm doing fine.
I'm good. It's good to have you. So what you think about this Tyron Woodley saying he won't fight Till if he doesn't make weight? You want to side with that?
I mean, it is what it is because we can't really do anything about it if he doesn't, because Tyron really makes weight and Darren Till doesn't. I mean, we can say whatever we want, but Tyron's not going to fight who he's not going to fight. So I don't know. I mean, we could just side with him or side against him, but the fact of the matter is, it's just, I mean, hey, if you're not going to fight him, hey, I mean, hell, give it a few months then.
Yeah. I mean, my thing with the UFC, and Coach alluded to this, is that they do try to match these people up with people. It's like they have all these people, all these, potential opponents, potential fighters around their weight, but they won't make that fight. But they want to match these guys up with, opponents that got to make these drastic weight cuts. And then when they don't make weight, then they want to, attack the fighter. Like, well, why aren't you getting in the octagon with them? Well, because they didn't make weight,
They those types of fighters because they know that those fighters are the ones that can cause a little bit of adversity and a lot of trouble because they're supposedly the bigger opponents that are trying to squeeze down into that. They know that because they'll put up a good fight. Basically, they think that they'll be much more entertained seeing a lot of higher competition just off of that main fact. And I think that even though there are a lot of skilled people that don't have to be all blown up to be good fighters, people just can't get over the fact that size matters.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. But if Tyron Woodley doesn't take the fight, then the best of luck to him. I'm not going to say too much about it because of his stances and whatnot. But I mean, I don't blame him. I'm not going to fight I'm not going to spend $60,000 to preparing for, Darren Till or whoever, and then they turn around and don't make weight, and then I'm basically fighting somebody that I haven't even prepared for. It's in the fight game. Styles make fights, and that's why they spend so much money apparently on flying in sparring partner. I mean, Coach, you've talked about this, like flying in sparring partners, and I mean, do they feed them too and give them board and all types of other things?
Yeah, now they bring them in from out of town. They gotta put them up in room and board, and and some fighters let fighters crash at their house with them, but you still gotta pay these people, man. And they're not coming because they like you. They coming because they want to get paid. So I mean, yeah. And so it like at American Top Team, you know what they do? They have sparring partners there. Like you have people that you work out with every day. And so they have somebody, and most gyms have somebody that's similar to your opponent's fighting style. So you just like you spar with those people, that's who you spar with. So it cuts down on costs because actually you don't have to pay them. They're helping you get ready for a fight and you're helping them get better with their skill set. So it's like a win-win situation, in those situations. But, I think, Valentina and they're real old school. Chris Cyborg, they're very old school. They travel around the country when they're getting ready for a fight. They go around the country and they want to meet with different people, man. And they're willing to pay the extra dollar. They're willing to go do it, man, to get the best, And they're about excellence. I'm not saying that Nunes and all these other people, they're not good. They're very good fighters, and they've accomplished a lot in their careers. But people like Cyborg and Valentina, they're about excellence. Like they go out and they make the money now, so they go out and they fight the best. They go train with the best sparring partners that money could actually buy, and they'll do that because they want to be better than everybody else. And I think that's the difference, So them sparring partners, man, they're not cheap and they're not free. But it depends on who it is, Like you can get a couple of guys that's up and coming that'll give you some good work, or you can get like a professional who hadn't had a fight in 2 years. And you give them a couple of grand, fly them in, give them a couple of grand, let them come in, do some light sparring with you, they'll come in because they're trying to make some bread in between fights, they'll do it. Tanya Evanger, she's done that before. She's been a sparring partner. Rocky Pennington have. Tisha Torres done it a couple of times. Rose Namajunas has been a sparring partner. Valentina, she sparred. Like, you had Chris Cyborg even saying, she was going to hire Valentina to work with her, doing Amanda Nunes, And I still think Chris Cyborg is going to do that.
Yeah. That's why I've been telling people for the longest, and I know you have, when it comes to Valentina Shevchenko, man, hearing about her, being in Peru, and I was actually watching a fight. I forgot who she was. I think it was in her earlier days of it was the Muay Thai. I forgot who she was fighting, but she was actually in Houston for a while. Valentina Shevchenko's been all over, man. And when Rose Namajunas started training with her, I was like, look, this is going to take Rose to the next level, because to get that type of not just experience when it comes to sparring and training, but to the psychological education that you get, the living that lifestyle as a martial artist, it really just separates the good from the great, man.
I swear to God, if Cyborg ever really did hire Valentina to go spar with her and take some of her methods and a page out of her book, then Amanda would just be dead meat, because Cyborg's already dangerous enough as it is. If she actually adapts some of that, that would become a fight I actually don't want to see anymore. That would just be pointless at that point.
Like, one thing is, like, Cyborg, she's thinking about transferring to boxing. Remember a while back she was sparring with Clarissa Shields and Mia St. John. One person she should have been sparring with was Sheena Riker. And Sheena Riker, she has both a boxing and Muay Thai background. And she'd be a great coach for it if you want to be a Muay Thai fighter, because you got both a boxer and Muay Thai in that one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Valentina and Cyborg training together, that's, man, I was just talking with Coach earlier today. Cyborg, to me, is the GOAT. Nunes, Cyborg, they have very similar resumes. Mm-hmm. I think Nunes' resume is a little bit better, even though they have pretty much most of the same opponents. But to bring Valentina into that camp, I think that would add a lot of degrees of, skill to some of Cyborg's weaknesses, like on the ground and stuff like that. I think that definitely be a huge benefit to her.
Not to mention, Shevchenko does get along well with the people in Brazil. So I can only imagine if they combine the two. I actually think that would be a really, really, really good pro. Like, That would be, yeah, like I see no cons with that, to be honest. There probably is some, but I see none at the moment. I'm just blinded by potential greatness.
And like I said, like this, being, being
I'm
both
sorry.
being both Cyborg and Valentina have Muay Thai backgrounds. That's something that could work off each other, because they can bring and I think with that Valentina can we know Cyborg's a BJJ black belt. I forgot what level Valentina is. That would help her progress.
Yeah.
And
Chris Cyborg, she's a brown belt. No, she's not a BJJ black belt. So
I thought she was higher than brown.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we're gonna get into a couple more of the women, but I wanted to transition a little bit. So, your boy Donald Cerrone, man, Cowboy Cerrone, it's been some beef going on, man. It's been some beef between him and the Jackson Wink gym, and I know Coach don't got there's no love lost with Jackson Wink. I ain't got too much love for them. How they.
You gotta bring the holy water.
What'd you say?
You gotta bring the holy water. We talk about them.
Oh yeah, man.
You gotta get coach's water.
So apparently, man, Donald Cerrone has had a fallout with the Jackson Wink gym, and this is according to him. He says that that Winklejohn called him and basically said that he said, what I thought about it, and if we don't have Mike Perry, he's talking about Mike Perry, then I don't get paid, and I need to get paid for this. So basically, Cowboy Cerrone saying that Winklejohn pushed him out the gym, and they're not cool anymore, man.
That's the thing is, go ahead.
No, what do you think about that?
Okay. So who? So are you directing it to somebody?
Yeah, George.
Oh, okay.
When you've been with somebody that long, and then they just turn like that, they just have no faith in you. There's something wrong. There got to be some issues. Donald Cerrone was doing pretty good. The last year, he was like on the point where he was going to be a champion, but then he took a couple of losses. I forget who he lost to last. It was I saw that fight. And I forgot the guy he lost to, but he lost. And one of his most famous fights, him and Nick Diaz fought. That was Nick Diaz put that middle finger in his face. That was one of the most famous fights. But I think the issue is that Winklejohn, the Jackson-Winklejohn gym, they take everybody's money, teach them half-ass work. Look at Holly Holm, look at Dobson, look at a couple other guys. Look at Claudia Gadelia. She hadn't really improved much. It was just she joined that gym. She barely beat Carla Esparza. And it's just, I think it must be an issue. I think he realizing that they just don't know shit. They're just taking your money, giving you teach you half-ass, and then you're on your own. And I think he's fed up with it. He's ready to move on. I think it's best for him just to go somewhere like Top Team or there's a bunch of other other guys, especially guys on the come up, and I think it's maybe time to move on. And I think also with that, Don Cerrone is getting older. He got to be in his mid-30s now, and like anything, when you get to that point in your life, you're not going to be as as doable as you was when you were in your 20s. And I think he might be thinking about just go ahead and maybe try to get a shot at the title one more time, and then after that, I think he might well just go ahead and become a trainer or do something else, or she's a cowboy, go ride a range or something.
Yeah. So, Mary, what do you think about? Mike Perry is Cerrone's upcoming opponent. What do you think about Jackson-Winklejohn? Do you think it's kind of ironic that Jackson-Winklejohn gym, they take a guy like Mike Perry, who's it just seems like it's like the same cast of characters with this Winklejohn gym, man. It's like you could create this in a skit or something, man. It's like Mike Perry comes out talking, using the N-word, disrespecting black people, and now he's, fighting at Jackson Wink Gym.
I think Mike, what is it, Mike Perry? Yeah. He's just spiraling downward. I don't even think the curse has anything to do with that. He just being a shit person. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know who he's trying to impress. I'm not sure what's wrong with his life for him to think that this is the way, but this is not the way. He needs to straighten his ass out. That's basically it. He needs to get his shit together. Like I'm not sure, you know, like I don't know if he wants to be the next Kobe Covington or the next fucking McGregor or whatever. I don't know, but it's honestly not cute when fighters act this way. You know, it's not cool, and we can't even tell if this is really who he is, because nowadays people just doing shit for attention. So I wouldn't even pay him too much attention, especially if I were Cowboy right now. I wouldn't pay him too much attention. I would just focus on myself. I would do what I need to do. You know, I would just focus on improving, just making sure I get ready, that I come prepared on that night, and just give his ass a hard time and get my hand raised. I can't, if I were him, I can't put too much of myself into other people's bullshit. You've really just gotta focus on yourself and just worry about where you're going.
Yeah, Coach, Cerrone called it a puppy mill, man.
Okay, so isn't it just like a racist to support another racist? Yeah, Winklejohn. Yep, I said it. That's what he is. It's the same Winklejohn that's going around on Facebook thumbing up racist comments. You know, it's the same guy. It's the same dude with the glass eye that thinks that he is above everybody else, think that he's just the best at everything. You know what? And yeah, and I know as soon as I say the word, I already know who's gonna drop out of here. Good. That's what I want you to do. Drop out. Okay.
He has a glass eye.
Leave the stream. Leave the stream. Yeah. You got a glass eye. Leave that stream now. Because I'm gonna explain something, man. I gotta get in. I'm finna cook, man. Okay. So first you take one of your best guys, okay, Donald Cerrone. Okay, the guy has a stretch where he's losing. Now all of a sudden, now he's losing. Now you lose faith in him, okay? Because you got your head so stuck up Holly Holmes' ass. Okay, is all you can do. And now you diss Donald Cerrone, okay? You diss Donald Cerrone. You get Donald, you push him out of your gym to bring a good old boy just like yourself. Just like yourself. Good old Winkle Twinkle Little Star. How I wonder how you are. I could kick my foot up your ass so far. You know what? I'm sick of this dude. I'm sick of Mike Winklejohn. I'm sick of everybody sitting here talking about how good the Jackson-Wink gym is. The Jackson-Winklejohn gym sucks. It sucks. I'm sick of that gym, okay? Oh, Holly Holm this. Holly Holm is losing. Ooh, all the fighters over there are so doing well, but they're losers. They're losers. The only person over there that's actually doing something is John Jones. And well, guess what? He's doped up. Doped up. He's doped up. Okay? Then you got Mike Winklejohn. What does he do? Oh, you hold the pads, Mikey, for Holly. Hold the pads. You've been doing the same routine. That thing is played out like Kenny Porter's Kango. It is played out. The gym is played out. It's hype. Okay? Every time you turn around, you got Winklejohn running his mouth. You called out Cyborg. You got Holly's ass kicked. Okay? You got his ass kicked. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a she. You got Holly's ass kicked. And now you push out Cerrone. You know, there's something else behind the scenes. But no, see, this takes the cake. No. He couldn't take a normal guy. Nope. You had to take the racist guy. Now, Mike Perry is a racist, and any of you dudes, you want to get up, you want to come, hey, come jump on the coach today. Come jump on. Yeah, and Fat Boy, if you're in the stream, I tell you right now, I'm going to rip your head off.
Yep. And I'm not buying it, man. I'm not, I'm with Coach, man. I'm not buying it. You know, Cowboy Cerrone has shown character. He's shown heart. And it goes back to like this whole thing with Francis, what's his last name in Danu or whatever, with the African brother, man. All of a sudden he loses or whatever. And then now all the business is coming out. Oh, now it's an issue. Oh, now Cerrone's narcissistic. What's up with this, man? As soon as you have a fallout with a fighter, oh, now they're narcissistic. What about before? I haven't heard anybody call Cerrone narcissistic, but now he's narcissistic. That's like the new thing now. Oh, you fall out, you disrespect the fighter, you're not on good terms anymore. Oh, he's narcissistic. Oh, he can't be worked with. Come on, man. And you know what? I'm on Cerrone's side. I'm not buying what Winklejohn's talking about, you know? And Coach is right. These dudes, they're overrated. They have low character, if any character at all, and they're full of it, man. And Cerrone was right calling it a puppy mill, man. Because I'm telling you, and this is what I think happened. So apparently Cowboy Cerrone started his own gym, BMF Ranch, and in my eyes, that's probably where the issue stems from. They're mad that he has his own gym, that he could potentially, that he doesn't necessarily need them, right? Just opening up a gym, I believe caused a rift with them, man. So and then one more thing, Cerrone asked Winklejohn that Perry not be allowed to train at the gym, and over the phone, they said no. And then Cerrone comes out and says they didn't have the effing balls or the backbone to say it to my face, to my effing face, when I was right there with them. And you know what? I feel Cerrone's anger, and you know what? He probably feels betrayed, and I would feel the same way too, man. I would feel the same way too. They're, and that's what they do. They don't like their fighters going out there and training at other camps, and that's why Holly keeps on losing. I got love for Holly as a fighter. She has heart, tenacity, all that. But that's part of the reason why their fighters keep on losing, because they want to keep them, under their, they want to keep the puppy mill going and isolate their fighters. And then when they lose, they want to make excuses and lash out. To hell with Winklejohn Jim, man.
That's the problem. If you're getting mad because your fighter decides he wants to move on, and now this is this part, he has become competition. See, Donald Cerrone is a fighter, like most Sugar fighters. Winklejohn, them are just trainers. They probably fall a little bit, but they're not. They're old fighters. They're out of the game. He's still in the game, and I think people will follow somebody who's like them. It's like Spartacus. I remember, you ever seen Spartacus? How people follow Spartacus. Spartacus, at the end, when the guy said, I'm Spartacus, I'm Spartacus, I'm Spartacus, they're going to die for him. But that's the problem with guys like Winklejohn and even Dana White. They feel like they're above everybody. They're like the emperors or the hierarchy, and they don't like seeing the lower people getting to the point where they want to get up to them. They don't like that. And if Donald Cerrone doesn't like a guy like say, hey, you are racist. I don't like you. I don't want to be around you. But just that's his feeling. And I think being that this guy been with you for a long time, you should respect his feelings. But they don't want to. They want to say, what, Perry's a new thing. Let's bring him in, ball. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that Angela, how you said, Coach? I mean, how you said, General Africa, Angela Robert E. Lee.
Robert E. Lee.
On their in their thing. Now that her husband, he's on the run, I'm surprised that they hadn't offered her a spot at their gym.
Yeah, that's next. Mary, you were going to say something?
Oh no, I'm just hacking up a lung over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then so it is what it is with the Jackson Wink gym, man. I mean, these guys, like Coach said, the one fighter, that hasn't shown any type of, really excellence there on the men's side of things. I mean, it's probably John Jones, and we don't even know what's going on with him. This guy here, this guy he tested positive for steroids, and we still don't know what the verdict is on that. What?
I'm surprised they didn't find cocaine in the system. I mean, test for everything else. If you can find weed in Sylvia Cavilla's blood test, when she get tested, I'm surprised they didn't find coke or anything else in his. Most definitely.
Right.
I thought the case got kind of a appeal, didn't it?
Well, right now, they basically just haven't made a decision yet. I think that they're trying to work behind the scenes. But, I mean, this is the thing, man. And Anderson Silva, right? Pops, he tests positive 3 months. He tested positive 3 months after Jones. Case resolved in July. Other fighters have had their cases resolved in a couple of months. Why does this take so long for Jones, for USADA or whatever, to come to some type of agreement? And I'm going to tell you this, man. If it comes out where this thing is finally, done, and they decide that John Jones, his suspension is equal to the amount of time that he's been out the game, I don't think that that's pretty fair, man. I don't. you know, and I try to look out for the brothers, man. I try to look out for them at, you know, whenever I can. But this thing with Jon Jones, man, it's not fair. It's not fair, man. Coach, what do you think about, you know, this whole thing with, we still don't know what's going to happen with USADA and Jon Jones. We still don't know about the suspension. We still don't have a verdict.
Jon Jones is the Adrian Broner of MMA. Okay, that's just who he is. Okay, Jon Jones is a F up. He gonna be a F up. He don't ever learn his lesson. Okay, the man hit a pregnant woman and run. See, I kind of lost respect for him after that. The other stuff, I could have actually said, you know what, he's trying to get his act together.
Same with me.
When you hit a pregnant woman and you run off, okay, because you don't want to face the music, or you know whatever, you know, CT you dealing with. No, I don't sympathize with Jon Jones. Okay, and then Jon Jones was talking about, you know, hey, everybody can stop talking and all this other mess if you don't know what it's like. Well, you know what, John, we got a little bit more character. At least, you know, if I get in an accident, if I bumped into somebody, if I hurt somebody, I'm not gonna run off. It's called having character. I mean, you get out of your car, you flee. You know, you didn't even check to see if the pregnant lady was okay. No, you flee. Okay, Jon Jones is a lying, self-centered coward. But guess what? He's in the gym with a bunch of liars and self-centered cowards. Okay, he's in a gym. Okay, he's in a gym, and I got a couple of friends, and I won't say who they are, at the Jackson-Winklejohn gym. I know him. I talk to him once a week. But, you know, we don't even have a lot of discussion about the Jackson-Winklejohn gym. Every now and then, when they're frustrated about something, but they only pay attention to a couple of fighters, and we know who those fighters are. Okay, even Juliana Pena, when I interviewed her, she alluded to that. Like, she was saying, you know what, they only care about a couple of fighters. And she said, oh, you know what, I'm not going to talk junk about them, you know. But, you know, everybody know, man. Okay, everybody know. Jon Jones is a product of that gym, okay? And you know what? And here go the thing. When Jon Jones got in trouble, boy, where was Jackson-Winklejohn? I mean, you guys, hey, man, okay, whoever doing, y'all mute it out, man, so everybody can get they talking in, man.
Yeah, man.
Because, you know, the burping and all that stuff, man, just mute yourself if you know you're going to get it in. So listen. Oh, that was George. Oh, George Eaton. Okay, George, man, you can burp all you want to. Hey. The George Page guy, the legendary George Page. What was I saying? Yeah, man. They follow that system, man. And you know, and George, and I'm gonna spend a question off George here in a minute, but they follow that system. Okay. They're in that system. You know, these people, they run around, they think they God gifts to people, they insult people. What they did to Chris Cyborg was deplorable. They didn't even give her an apology, because that dude, what's that dude named Fat Dude?
Whoever the media guy is, man.
Yeah, the media guy. What's his name? I forgot that guy, Hispanic guy. He his name. Well, anyway, he lied on Cyborg, and of course, we exposed him right here on this channel. We exposed him because, you know, the things that him and Winklejohn and what he said just didn't tie up. So we exposed him as the liar that he is. Okay. Oh, and this guy also got a federal case, man. This guy's a woman beater. Okay, but you know, people. And Mike Winklejohn, you know, they still give this guy a job. They give a woman beater a job. Are you serious? This gym cannot get worse. And Janice Gomez's dad was like, you know, man, the Winklejohn gym invited Janice to come down there. I said, really? I said, listen, stay far away.
Yeah.
I told him, you know, I don't know if he took my advice. I said, I stay away from there. I wouldn't go. Okay. I've seen good fighters go down there. They become average. I've seen average fighters coming in and get knocked the hell out. I've seen it with my own eyes at the Jackson-Winklejohn gym. And people, you can say, well, what have you done? What have you done? Well, you know what? At least I have integrity, okay? If I know something not working, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get off my butt. I'm going to go get with people who things are working. I'm going to go pay for their knowledge. I'm going to go pay for their knowledge. Like, this is the same gym, y'all. This is the same gym that you got to pay $65 for a photograph of Jackson-Winklejohn. Who in the hell would buy that photograph with those two jarhead fools? Okay, who's gonna buy that? And you can pay $40 for a Jackson-Winklejohn shirt. Like, are you serious? So to come to the gym to get a shirt, to get a photograph, an autograph photo? No. See, they're not good guys. They're not gonna just, you know, autograph something for you. No, they ain't gonna do that. You got to pay $65. Then they'll autograph. I'm like Jackson-Winklejohn or some celebrities. They ain't no celebrities. Okay, hell, nobody know who no damn Jackson-Winklejohn is on the street. We know who Holly Holm is, but the casual fan don't know no Jackson. Nobody care nothing about no Jackson-Winklejohn. Nobody care nothing about those two popcorn Pop-Tart farts. Nobody care nothing about them guys, man. The thing of it is, man, Jon Jones, he acting like the people that he with, and it's amazing. But it don't. You know what? It don't surprise me, y'all. It don't surprise me that they wanted Mike Perry. And you know, Donald Cerrone was saying that Mike Perry was stupid, man, for making them comments. Like Donald Cerrone is one of the only white guys that spoke up about that. I mean, you guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Cowboy Cerrone was one of the only white guys who fight that spoke up about that. Everybody else got quiet. Even some of the other black fighters stayed quiet about it. Like, are you serious? Cowboy Cerrone is about as country as he about as country as a pig eating slop on the farm. Yeah, he point blank said that what Mike Perry said was stupid and insensitive. Okay,
well, that
he said
goes to show you not all country people are racist.
Well, and that's why Donald Cerrone, you know, he was like, "Nah, man, this dude bad. Don't bring him into the gym. He bad, man. Don't do it." But you know, George, I'm gonna hold on. Let me spin a question off on you, George. Okay. So this the question, man. So, what does a guy like Mike Perry do to an entire gym? Like, what does he do?
I don't know. I mean, he's either an asshole like that. He's either giving somebody a hand job or something. I don't know. I just can't. He's doing something. I mean, it don't make sense how this guy. And like I said, I know. Like I grew up in the country. I grew up working in farms and stuff like that. And I know a lot of good old boys who's pretty cool with people who are black and who will step up and you know, and who will step up when some situation happens. And that's what Cowboy is, you know. But Mike Perry, whatever demons is in his head or whatever he said, I just, you know, it's just, and I think the reason why is the climate now. And I've said that with the idiot sitting in the White House, he's a guy who's inflaming people to, you know, racism exists, but now they have the comfortability to be comfortable to be able to spout their BS. I mean, you know, that's what it is now. And I think that's what it is, Mike Perry. He feels now he's comfortable. And it's because I'm 2% black. That's not enough. That's not enough. I mean,
yeah. And I'll get my response to that too. I think that a guy like Mike Perry divides the gym, man. And it's so typical of it's such a typical Jackson Wink move, man. It's just such a typical Jackson Wink move. Like Coach said, Cerrone was one of the few people that actually came out and said what he did was wrong, man. And to me, this is just more projection from them, calling Cerrone narcissistic. Like I said, I haven't seen that, man. I haven't seen it at all. And like Barry said, yeah, definitely not all country people are like that. That's, you know, Cerrone is an example of that. You know, he's an example of you're not necessarily the product of your environment, that you can have character, man. But with Jackson Wink, every move that they make is just, you know, it's like good choice, good decision, bad decision. They choose to make the bad one. And I'm sticking to that, man. I mean, I believe that Jackson Wink, they're mad that Cerrone was doing his own thing, had a little bit of independence, and, you know, in their eyes, one of their puppies got away, and they're like, no, I'm not going to have this. So they're going to bring in his opponent, a racist like Mike Perry, and then they can't even tell him on the phone. They're such cowards, right? They're such cowards and losers that want to attack Chris Cyborg and aren't even man enough to defend it. I mean, man enough to apologize for it with their fake apologies. They're so much of a coward that they do stuff like that. They attack a woman and somebody of high character and such a good person like Cyborg, but they want to bring in a Mike Perry. Come on, man. Nah, dude. Nah. And they're not man enough and adult enough to even tell Cerrone over the phone, the guy that's been with you for years. Man, if I'm Jamise Gomez or you know, her father, whatever, I'm not training with them. If I'm any young fighter, I'm not training with them, man, because you're gonna actually get worse, man. Was Goodella with Jackson Wink for a little bit?
Yeah, she was.
She was?
Yeah.
Mary, how do you think that she was when she was training under them?
Man, she got worse as hell. You didn't see how she got pieced the fuck up by Jessica Andrade, and then she managed to rob Carla. Like, hell no, she didn't get better. She wasn't that good with her cardio to begin with, but seemed as if her cardio got worse. She training with this fat ass overweight coach over there at that gym. When I saw the countdown, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And I like, even then I thought she'd still beat Carla. She didn't beat Carla in my opinion. And I don't think she's bettering herself. She could have been so much better of a fighter than she is right now. The fighter that fought Joanna and gave Joanna some problems for like literally 3 straight rounds out of 5, she did downgrade in my eyes. And honestly, it's kind of upsetting, but that's her choice. That's her ass. She knew that Jackson-Wink was kind of a shitty gym to begin with. She knew the bullshit going on over there. So for her to go put herself in that, I don't know.
The reason why she jumped there. Go ahead.
I just feel like, I was going to say, I feel like Gadella's been on the downturn ever since then. It's like this is more than just the fights that you have under them. It's like you leave and it's like the curse still follows you, man. I actually would put and I'll get your response to this, George. Mm-hmm. I think a gym like what's it called, Alpha Male is a better gym than the Jackson-Wink Academy. Who calls it an academy? Like, what is this, man? These guys are just freaking clowns, man. But I mean, I think actually a gym like Alpha Male, I don't know if Cynthia Cavillo still fights for them, but you know, they've had some issues. But even there, they make better adjustments than Jackson-Wink, man. It's just it's crazy. Like, I don't know too much about Jackson, but Winklejohn doesn't know what he's doing, man. And really, he's the main culprit behind a lot of this. But what are you going to say, George?
Well, like I said, you know, like Claudia has been, you know, going down on the downswing the last few years or so. I mean, she spends too much time partying. She's on the beach. She's like Mackenzie Dern, just about. You know, she ran out and got some boob job. When, you know, she didn't change anything. What she had was a beautiful physique, but she ran out and you're like everybody else, and she wants to be like, and she's like Amanda Nunes, who's becoming more Americanized day by day, and that's why she don't get as much love like she used to by the Brazilian fans. She's becoming like a mini Amanda Nunes, and like I said, you know, I'm not with Mary because I talked about earlier how when she fought Carla Esparza, and she took her down, but she didn't do anything, just laid on her. I mean, she didn't do no strikes or anything, a ground and pound or anything, you know.
Yeah.
Carla was just, you know, busting her up, and she stole that fight. You talk about don't boo her. I mean, they wasn't booing her, Carla. They were booing you, but they shouldn't have been booing her because that's not her fault. It was the judges. They was the ones who gave her that win, which she didn't deserve to win.
You said Claudia said don't boo her. She thought they were talking about her.
I was watching one thing where Angela Hill saying they weren't booing you. They weren't saying boo. They were saying boobs.
Angela, man, seriously, how do you let Carla the wrestler piece you up like a puzzle? Like, she was the damn puzzle, and Carla was just giving the pieces to her. Like, that she was a damn shame. Like, both of them are wrestlers. Point taken. Like, okay, it should have been a wrestling match. But Carla being a smaller fighter and everything, and not even skill set wise, but just the cardio in general. Like, now Claudia can't even last a 3-round fight. The fuck's going on? The fuck is going on? What happened to Claudia Gadelia? You know, like what?
1 second, Joyce. I want to finish this thought. Sorry. Go ahead, Mary.
I don't know. I sort of forgot, but I don't know. She was very, very good. You know, people thought that she was going to be a champion at some point if Joanna ever ended up losing and didn't fight her again. But at this point now, I don't know. No idea.
Yeah, because like I pointed out too, like Mary said, that she was a woman who took, you know, Jordan Jacek to the distance twice. Plus, they beat the crap out of Carla Esparza. Now, how could the woman who got beat up the crap out of by the woman that you took the distance, you know, I mean, what is that?
Yeah.
Can somebody explain that to me?
It's called dumbass.
You know, and I'm a little bit different than some, you know, it's when it comes to PEDs and stuff, you know, it's kind of like the right thing to do is to say, well, if there hasn't been positive testing, you can't really say much. But with that gym, it's, you know, I just look at that gym kind of funny style, man. And I think that there's a lot of stuff, you know, people want to point fingers at Cyborg for what happened, you know, almost a decade ago. But I mean, if you want to look at some weird stuff going on, I'd kind of look at that gym. That's just me. That's General Africa talking. But
so you think the gym is susceptible to ped use, whether it's picked up or not?
No, I think it is, but that's, you know, that's just me. I'm basing that off of opinion, but I see, you know, with John Jones and others, and just the physiques of some of the female fighters that are come out of there. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, look, they haven't failed any tests, so I can't really go too much into that, but
USADA is nobody's friend. USADA ain't friends with nobody, playing no games with nobody, fuck who you are. So if they were to actually get caught doing anything at all, I would think it would be out in the open right now, because USADA is not scared to put all your ass out there. They'll just strip you ass naked and just put you out there to the public. Like, I don't think that we have anything to worry about as far as ped use, because I'm pretty sure USADA is on their ass. But about everything else, yeah, Jackson-Wink is pretty fucking weird. I don't like the people there. They actually, that gym need to just get shut down altogether.
But let's point about USADA. USADA is not a perfect organization. There's always chink in something armor. Somebody can be, hey, you know what? I'm a little short on something. Hey, I want this. You know, hey, you know, you might need some help or something like that. All you got to do is get the right person, the right point. You can bribe on anybody. I mean, and like a while back, Mia St. John, she came out. She was doping, meaning she was having somebody pee for her, and then they tested and then passed. I mean, it would be hard, you know, just go in there, put a little thing in, you know, unless somebody's sitting there watching you pee.
Yeah, and also, I mean, when it comes to, and George makes a good point when it comes to, and I don't really want to get too much into it. It's just, you know, kind of just in the back of my head. But also when it comes to organizations like USADA and VADA and stuff like that, you know, with these chemical compounds, it's not just like, they're not banning like a name, they're banning a chemical structure. So it's so easy to, you know, tweak the end of the molecular chain, and you go from, you know, androsol to androsol, blah blah blah. So it's not just like it's banning like a substance. They're banning a certain chemical. So if you change that chemical, you know, you're free. You know, you're not in trouble anymore. But anyway, you know, enough of that. You know, we're talking about Claudia Gadelha and stuff. So let's stay in that division. So Karolina Kowalkiewicz, and I got to get your opinion on this, Coach. You know, you already know how I feel, right? But Karolina Kowalkiewicz believes that if she beats Jessica Andrade, she should get a title shot. What are your thoughts?
Man, I'm a kind of cook, man. You know what? Arpit been sitting here patiently, man. You know what?
I'm sorry.
Let Arpit answer first, man, and then I'm cooking. So I'm just gonna wait.
Arpit, my bad. Go ahead.
No problem.
Go ahead, Arpit. You there?
Yes. I think KK should get a shot if she beat Jessica. But I don't think so. She's gonna beat her.
Do you think if she does, if you
she should get a title shot? Yep.
Say it one more time.
Jessica should. If she wins, she should get a title shot, and the loser of this fight should fight with Johanna.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not Coach. What do you think? Go in.
Yeah. Listen, man. Listen. I'm one of the biggest Karolina Kowalkiewicz fans on God's green earth. But okay, if you're telling me that beating Jody Escobar and Felice Herrick, okay, those are our last two victories. Okay, automatically you win a fight against Jessica. That puts you in title contention. No, okay. Karolina Kowalkiewicz need to sit her ass down, fight some more fights. She need to beat another name before she's even talked about for a title shot. Now, look, let me explain something to y'all, okay? And I'm going to tell y'all, I've ridden Jessica Andrade hard for whining and all this other stuff, but I want to tell y'all, okay, look, okay, just look, okay? We take away what Jessica Andrade had to do from the time when she got in, okay? From the time she got into the UFC, okay? Jessica Andrade's been taking tough fights, man. I mean, her first fight off the shoot, she fought Liz Carmouche. Now, I know she was a bantamweight. First fight. Then, a couple of fights later, she fights Raquel Pennington. Okay. Then she fights Arisa Pacheco, who, in a tough tournament. Then, she get choked out by Marion Renaud. Okay. Then she had to fight Sarah Morris. I want y'all to look at this strength of her schedule. Then, she got choked out by Rocky Pennington, who was bigger than her. Okay. Then she had to fight Panay, Calderwood, Hill. Okay. Then she lost to Bojangles. Then she had to fight Claudia and Tisha. Wait a minute. So Jessica Andrade's got to go through hell and back and still ain't got no title shot. So Jessica done been through all these opponents. Every last one of these opponents. We not talking about Jessica in the title. Look, man. Right now, damn what Karolina Kowalkiewicz talking about. Okay? Damn Karolina. Karolina don't deserve no damn title shot. She better get her skinny little butt and see if she can beat Jessica Andrade. I mean, Jessica, in my opinion, is deserving of a title shot. She beat Gadelha, man. I'm talking about beat her decisively. She beat Torres. Those are two top opponents, okay? They quality. Karolina Kowalkiewicz got smoked out by Gadelha. Gadelha ragdolled her. And Jessica, nah, man, come on. I ain't trying to hear that. Karolina Kowalkiewicz better shut the hell up and know her damn level. Because right now, you ain't earned a title shot. And I'm shocked at Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Like, man, you know what? I roll with Karolina. I roll with Karolina, but nah, I can't roll with on this one. I can't do it. How's she going to explain this? Why Jessica Andrade's got to fight all these people, man? Why? Jessica got to go through hell and back, okay, to get a title shot. And we still not talking about why Jessica, I mean, what Jessica should be fighting for the title. Now, it should be Jessica and Rose Namajunas. What are you serious? The only person she's lost to in the last 2, 3, 4 years is Bojangles. That's it. That's the last person that Jessica Bates Andrade, okay, has lost to in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting the fights. I'm counting down. Okay, the last person she done lost to in the last 2 years was Bojangles. Other than that, Jessica Andrade's got like 6 wins, man. 6 on top opponent. She beat up JoJo Calderwood. I'm talking about she slapped JoJo all around the octagon. Okay? She beat up Angela Hill. I mean, she knocked the mohawk on Angela Hill head to the other side. I'm talking about she went in there and whooped Angela's ass. Wait a minute. That's not deserving? She ran into Bojangles and she got pieced up by Bojangles. But you got to understand, okay? Bojangles, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm crying. No, she fought Bojangles for the title. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Jessica Andrade still, you giving her Claudia, you giving her Tisha. Karolina Kowalkiewicz get Jody Escobar, Felice Herrick. Herrick can fight a little bit, but nah, Felice Herrick ain't beating no Tisha Torres. Herrick is not beating Claudia Gadelha. And I like Herrick. I give Herrick a hard time most of the time. These are true stories. These are all true stories, by the way. I give Herrick a lot of I give Herrick problems. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all. Listen, I be on Herrick's ass. But one thing I will say about Herrick, okay? Herrick can fight, but Herrick is no Tisha Torres. Okay, Felice Herrick is no Tisha Torres.
She fought Tisha in Invicta already, and Tisha won decisively.
She's no Tisha Torres. Okay. Herrick is a good fighter. She's no Tisha Torres. Okay, they're on 2 different skill levels. You mean and Karolina? Ooh, let's give her a title shot after beating what? Herrick, and then beating Jody Escobar, who's 1 leg out of the UFC. This girl is 1 toe stomp away from being out of the UFC. This is asinine. Fighters like Jessica, they gonna get screwed. Jessica Andrade is screwed. You know she ain't getting a title. If she beat Carolina, I doubt it. I doubt even if she beat Carolina, would she be discussed of a title shot. This is the stuff that goes on why Dana White, why they can't make the women division prosperous. And that's why guys like little Scott Coker bald-headed self, this is going to be the bald-head got us in charge. Scott Coker going to be the head promoter in charge. Watch. When it comes to this women's MMA, Scott Coker is going to be the man. And they better look out for PFL. Because if PFL can build a stable around Kayla Harrison, PFL going to take this thing over. Man, the UFC, they screwing up so bad.
Like this coach. I think they could.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, Arpit trying to. Go ahead, Arpit.
I think that the situation with UFC is that the women division seriously. Problem with the UFC, and they want this Ronda Rousey. They just want another Ronda Rousey. Nothing. Just want Ronda Rousey. No, just like that she deserves title shot. With that title shot, but they didn't give her. But now they are making her fight with KK. That's sometimes they make some super. I don't think so that she's gonna get that coach. They're not gonna give title shot easily.
But look, y'all.
Go ahead.
Look, they might do this.
1 second, George. You know, and this is why I kind of was hinting at to Coach. You know, and yeah, Andrade does get on my nerves sometimes too. But this is why I was hinting at to Coach about Andrade and the no love list. I don't think that she's at that level yet. But I mean, like, it makes you wonder about it because. And I got to get on the Kovacevic defenders. I don't have anything against Kovacevic, but, we had people talking about Kovacevic, beating Andrade. That's cool and that's dandy, but it's like, it's almost as if Andrade's already getting written off. And it's like, it's like, well, who is it going to be Nami Yunus versus Kovacevic or Nami Yunus versus this person or that person, and it's like, when will Andrade get her respect? No, when I heard this, I was like, no. Andrade doesn't have to. She shouldn't have to take all these fighters out, right? And then, okay, if she does lose to Kovacevic, now Kovacevic gets a title shot. No, I'm not for that, man. Like Coach said, she fought a couple times in 2016. She had some decent wins, but that's a whole nother. After her win over Rose Namajunas, July 30th, 2016, this whole division, the whole makeup of 115 changed, man. So she loses to Kovacevic, used to Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She loses to, and I get it, styles make fights, but she loses to Claudia Gadelha. And then all of a sudden she beats Felice Herrig and Jodie Escobar, and now she deserves a title shot? No. I think that if Andrade beats Kovacevic, she needs to get a title shot. And, after that, then, Carla Esparza, the winner of that, and her and Suarez and maybe Kovacevic and Andrade can, they can fight it out and see what happens with that, but not right now. I mean, what do you think about this madness, Mary?
Oh, I was actually just about to butt in. Honestly, if anything, all the things that you guys are saying is actually proving that Andrade will get the title shot. Despite how you guys feel like they're not treating her too well. But honestly, I think this is just making her a stronger, better fighter. Like, I think this is just making her more dangerous, despite her not changing her fighting style to adjust to make matchups towards whatever fighter she fights. But to be honest, yeah, she does deserve a title shot, but I believe that she will get it because it's not too likely that she'll lose to someone like Carolina. She's strong. Carolina's strong, and she's a great striker, and she loves to fight on the inside. But if we're talking about overall just brutality and stuff, maybe Andrade has the edge. Now, why I believe Andrade will get the title shot and that she's not on her way to the no love list yet is because of what everything that you guys just listed. She's been beating people's asses on her way up. Now, the reason why I think that she had to go through all those people was because she wasn't originally a flyweight. I mean, a strawweight. She was a bantamweight. So you're fighting in one division. That's one thing. I mean, they'll give you a tough time over there. But if you're gonna move to another division, no, I don't believe that you should just blow, like, that you should just skip everyone else. I do think that it's fair that she's fighting through all these people, but I don't believe in mistreatment. And honestly, I think she will get the title shot if she beats Carolina, because she already beat Claudia, who choked the fuck out of Carolina. She basically took Claudia's place, because Claudia, nobody at all besides Joanna could have beaten Claudia. She was the ultimate gatekeeper, and Jessica just took her place like it ain't nothing. So no, I believe people aren't stupid. They have eyes. They can see that Jessica is some real shit to be reckoned with. I believe that that Jessica will get it. Just that the reason. Oh, okay. The reason why Jessica isn't fighting Rose right now was because of Rose's injury thing. Rose already mentioned that she ain't going to be fighting for a few months. So while Rose isn't fighting, Rose is going to be out. Of course, Rose is not going to be fighting anybody to begin. So why even make matchups with that for something that's so far away? And Jessica doesn't want to wait around. That's why Jessica ended up fighting Carolina. Now, Carolina talking all that bullshit, she can go sit down. I mean, whatever. She can go put duct tape or get choked out again. I don't know. But Jessica, I mean, Jessica just wants to pass her time. It's kind of like the Chris Cyborg thing where Amanda said, "Oh, I don't want to fight all the way till the end of the year." Cyborg doesn't want to wait till December, so she wants to fight someone else on her way to the Nunes fight. And I think that's what Jessica's doing with this. She already said she wanted to knock Rose the fuck out, make her kiss the canvas and stuff. But since Rose already came out with the injury and stuff after beating Joanna again, and her neck's been acting up, and nobody knew about it till now. So Jessica's just like, to hell with it. I want to fight just to fight. I'll fight anybody who y'all put in front of me. I'm not really scared. I'll knock you out. I'll brutalize you, blah, 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 all that good stuff. So, no, I mean, I don't think Andrade is being necessarily mistreated. I don't think she's being mistreated. I just think that it's just more of a normal thing for somebody who's just coming to a division to have to fight a bunch of people before getting a title shot, which Andrade already got. Then she beat Claudia ass, she beat Tisha ass, and she might beat Carolina ass. So I believe Jessica is gonna get Rose. Like, I'm not really worried about nothing. Like, I'm not really worried about it. People already want to see Jessica fight Rose. Like, a lot of channels that I watch, I've seen people putting up the matchup already and everything. So I don't know. I'm a little different from what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's not as much that if Andrade wins, she won't get the title shot. I want to push back a little bit about if she loses, that Kovacevic gets the title shot. I think that and I don't think Kovacevic will win, but that's more of, I agree with you. I think if Andrade does win, that she will get the title shot. But if she does lose, I don't know if Kovacevic necessarily deserves it. I'd like to see her. I'd like to see Kovacevic fight the winner, maybe Suarez versus or Esparza first before she'd automatically get that title shot, if they can fit that in there. If not, then it is what it is. But
By the way,
go ahead.
Probably would. Go ahead.
No, George, what are you going to say?
What's probably going to happen is when Tatiana beats Carla, more likely, and we all know Jessica's gonna beat KK. What's going to happen is Carla and Carolina are going to fight. And I think more likely they probably put Tatiana against, let's see, I'm trying to see who's up a little higher in the ranking.
Actually,
I think you might put against Police. Or they might throw against Joanna, but there's also this possibility that if KK does win, they might do this. They might put them, like I said before, they might put her and JJ against each other and have that fight in Poland for their second fight to see who get a shot at Rose. If she by miracle, if she beats Jessica, they would say, you know what, we're not gonna give you right away. You know, especially if Rose is still on injury recovery, they might say, you know what, Joanna, why don't you and KK fight for a second time, and we'll have it in Poland, and you know it'd be a big fight. You know, especially over there because they're the two Polish princesses. But what the situation is, like, you know, Jessica Andrade, she deserved a shot. She should have, like, how did this situation we did with Caitlyn and Marion. They should have fought each other instead of Marion fighting Kat Zingano, who got beat. That, to me, that never made sense to me. You know, the person who got beat by the top person and, you know, climbing up gets beats. You know, I mean, that never made sense to me. How Kat Zingano got to fight Marion. Marion should have been fighting Kat. And then they should have been fighting whoever got a chance after Cyborg got finished with him. Got to fight Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, and George brought up some good points. Coach, what do you think? How do you think that would affect the division if Kovacevic were to beat Jessica Andrade?
It'll shake the division up, man. And you know the Kovacevic and Rose fight, they can sell that more because, you know, we get into the realm of you got two females that they're attractive. It'll be a simp fight.
Two white females.
Hold on 1 second, man. I'm gonna break down into it, but I got you. I know where you're going, and that's cool. He got it. You got, you know, two females that, you know, that in simp land they're attractive. You know, now to me, you know, and I always talk to these guys. You know, man, you just mad because fighters like Rose and Carolina wouldn't give you the time of day. I'm like, well, clearly they're not giving you the time of day because you're on my video leaving a comment, you dumb PG-13 channel. Okay, you sitting there leaving a comment, so I guess nobody's giving you the time of the day. I said, but they give me the time of the day because many of them, they actually watch the videos I put out. So, you know, how you going to explain this? See, that's going to be the battle of the simps. Karolina Kowalkiewicz, Rose Namajunas, and Bojangles, that fight, they're going to get the attention of the simps. That's all it is, okay? See, only these simps, like these women, and I'm like, dude, I don't even like thin women. I don't even understand why you guys keep assuming a legend that, you know, I'm this guy and I'm just upset because they're not returning my affections. They didn't get no affections in the first place. I just gave my opinion as a fan. I gave my opinion. I said exactly what I think, and this is what we get, you know, and that's the true sign of a simp: insecurity. Insecurity. You know, my thing, you know, I don't think Karolina Kowalkiewicz deserves a title shot if she beats Jessica Bates Andrade. I don't think so. Okay, not all of the stuff that Jessica had to go through to even get her first title shot, let alone the second. Now, you know, how come they're gonna give Jessica? Okay, they gave her Claudia, they gave her Tisha, but then, you know, Carolina gonna get Jody and get Felice. I mean, she gonna get Herrick, and then, you know, oh, if I beat Jessica, I'm getting a title shot. No, the strength of schedule is not that great compared to Jessica Andrade. I think Jessica Andrade probably is going to be on a no-love list. And matter of fact, Jessica going to be on the no-love list, okay? She is going to get, okay, more hate than love. Jessica is fastly, you know, I think Jessica at the bottom of the list right now. But God dog it, by next month, after she get done beating up Karolina Kowalkiewicz, you better believe they're going to hate Jessica Andrade with every fiber they be in. They're going to call Jessica all kind of men. They're going to say Jessica on steroids. They still been trying to prove that one. And, you know, if to me, I don't care if you tell me, well, you know, they look like they're on steroids. And I'm like, listen, motherfucker, are you a doctor? No, you're just a guy in the comment section. You're a guy in the comment section. You are a dude with a phone or a tablet or a laptop. Okay. And there's no telling where you got the laptop from. Okay. You're sitting in front of this device. You haven't washed your ass in 5 days. And you're sitting here trying to start on a video, okay? You're leaving a goofy comment because you are a rusty, crusty, dusty grown man in front of your computer, leaving a goofy comment trying to explain to me about my opinion. I mean, what makes your opinion the opinion? What makes the opinion? Okay, your opinion is not the opinion. You just have an opinion. You're just a guy in the comments. You're not a doctor. You don't know if Jessica Andrade has been on steroids. You don't know that. That's a blanket statement, okay? Your haircut sucks, okay? You smell bad, and you spend every waking moment simping after these fighters that they would never give you the time of day, and they don't know who you are. They don't care who you are because you're just a guy behind a keyboard. That's who you are. You're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. So if you gonna come on here and tell me, man, Carolina deserved a title shot, shut up, shut up, shut up. Okay? If you're gonna tell me that, then what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to give you the Fat Boy Challenge. I'm gonna give you that. You got opening, you can get, I will shut up, I'll mute myself, and you can work me as much as you want. But then when it's my turn, when it's my turn, the gates of hell gonna open up on you. I'm gonna part the gap in your teeth like Moses parted the Red Sea. And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be right there getting on you. I'm gonna cook you. I'm gonna roast you with everything I got. And I'm gonna roast you so bad that you are gonna feel sorry for yourself. Okay? And you're gonna look in the mirror and say, I am a simp. I'm gonna make you confess. You're gonna bow down. You're gonna bow down before the verbal assault of Coach Shelton Harrison. You will admit that you are a simp live on the air, and I'll make you do it. Carolina gets no title shot. She gets no title shot after this.
One of those. Who now, Coach? Get your towel. Put in the corner. Put in the corner. Ding, 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 ding. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here you go. Here. That's it. Here we go. Yeah. I'm not big. Coach, that's what it is. As I said before, I'm a fan of bodybuilding. And a lot of people say that, bodybuilding is steroids. But there's more people on steroids in sports like gymnastics, basketball, baseball, football. Those sports, like those sports use steroids because those sports are performance. My sport, bodybuilding is a sport of presentation, and they are bodybuilders that use enhancers to help them train longer, and also they have testing, and they find in your system, you get disqualified, you get your if you want a title, get your title stripped away. Like years ago, a woman named Tanya Knight, she used to be on American Gladiator. She was a bodybuilder. She won a show, Miss International. This about like, and she got stripped of her title because she had steroids. Everybody talking about, they're always saying that all Brazilians are steroids because of Cyborg and Claudia Gadelha and Jessica Andrade. Jessica Andrade she started out as a bantamweight. That means she had to fight bigger girls. She had to become big. And then she became a strawweight over the strawweight division. Then she came in, now she's fighting girls 30, 20 pounds smaller than she used to. And now it's easy for her because she's used to fighting guys, women who like 135, 130, like that. And you have to, and now you're fighting girls 115, 120. And come on, that's nothing. Come on. Come on. But the problem is, like guys like that, the guys are simps. In the world of bodybuilding, we call them smokes. These are guys who, be all about the women. I love female bodybuilders. I respect them. I have some friends, our Facebook friends. We talk and we have conversations, but I don't get to the point where I'm like, slobbing all over them and hoping they throw a wet towel on my face. That's the problem with these guys.
Yeah. So okay, man. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think that she's really in that position to be getting that title shot. But let me transition a little bit. So Kelly Vieira, man, she's out with the fight against. She was going to fight Tanya Evinger. Came out with an injury. What was the injury again?
I think it was a ribs or something.
Okay.
Or a knee.
So
both a ribs or a knee.
So okay, let me shoot it to you, Mary. What do you think Kellen should do next? You think that she should just where do you think she goes from here?
I think she's a tough girl. She's a big girl and she's no wimp. She doesn't hit me as a a whiner and a coward or anything. So I think she'll just heal herself up and just work her way back and just get back on her feet and go pick that fight back up or another fight if she really wants to. I think she'll be okay. Not at the moment, but she'll get better, you know. Of course, as a fighter, you'll have micro trauma and all that stuff, and you can never always be 100% or ever be 100% again. But that's the fighting lifestyle, you know. You just learn to tough it out, deal with it, and learn how to work around it. So I'm not too worried about her. Like, I'm not worried about where she's going and stuff. All she's got to do is just build herself back up and get back out there.
Yeah. One thing I like about Ketlen Vieira is she's one of those women that is just, it's just she's not trying to be pretty. She's not trying to be the most, the what's the word, fairiest of them all, or whatever the term is. She just goes out there and fight, man. But when I see injuries yeah. But when I see setbacks like this, and then this is a little bit of a setback, I think that they were already throwing Tanya Edminger at her, and that was a tough fight. And that, to me, that told me that it's kind of like, all right, well, the UFC looked like they were playing some games with that, because Tanya Edminger is a fight that, she's Hall of Famer, man, one of the greats when it comes to women's MMA, and that's a high risk, low reward fight, in my opinion. And now she's basically lost that opportunity, and it's like, what's next for her? I mean, I try to look ahead when it comes to that, because I don't think that, she gets much love when it comes to the UFC. But what do you think? Yeah, go ahead, George.
I think that, Tanya Edminger should be fighting Ketlen Vieira. She's been off for about a year. She should be fighting GDR. Her and Jermaine should be fighting. And if anything, Aspen Ladd should be fighting Peg Leg Pennington. I mean, Raquel, she's dropping down now, so she should be fighting somebody who's coming in after sitting off for a whole year, or on whatever, hiding under a rock, talking about her hand or whatever mental issue she has. That fight should have been, instead of Aspen Ladd going against somebody like Tanya Edminger, who is a pro, who's been around, she fought battles, been in wars, standing, I said it was going to be Aspen Ladd. I felt it was going to be Aspen Ladd or maybe GDR, but I felt it was going to be Aspen Ladd. But it should have been, if I was a UFC, I say, you know what, we're not going to give you somebody a lightweight fight with Raquel Pennington. We're going to give you and Tanya. You and Tanya have been sitting off for a year. You haven't been fighting. Y'all should fight each other. And for Raquel, she should fight Aspen Ladd. You dropped off the ladder. You're not really. At one point she was coming up. Then the accident put her out, and now she fought Amanda, her girlfriend's best friend, girlfriend, whatever. And it'd been better off if she fights somebody like Aspen Ladd, who's on the come up, and give opportunity for her.
Well, let me ask you this, George. What do you think? How do you think of a fight between Ketlen Vieira and what's her name? God, it just
Marion.
No, Raquel Pennington. But Marion too.
Yeah, like I said, Marion Ketlen should have been.
Aspen Ladd's not there, in my opinion. I mean, that's a good.
She's not there. She's not there.
Yeah,
she's climbing. She's climbing the rope. That's why Raquel should be fighting Aspen Ladd. She's falling off and she's climbing up. So is it better? They're both meeting halfway in their careers, but in the fight. Now, you said about Ketlen. Ketlen should have fought Marion instead of Marion fighting Kat Zingano, who Ketlen beat. Marion beats Sarah McMahon, and then that same night, Ketlen beats Kat. They should have been fighting each other next to see who gets shot at Amanda Nunes. Instead of saying, you know what, okay, you came back from after being gone for 2 years, we'll put you against Marion. And say, like this, I'd be like, no, that's not right. If anything, if Kat Zingano needed to fight, she should fight down. She dropped, she lost to one of the top contenders. She should fight somebody coming up. Either, like I said, she should have fought maybe she should have fought GDR or fought Holly Holm or fought Betch Kamea instead of fighting Marion, who's on the climb up. Now they threw her in her way instead of saying, let's let the two top women who are having the best record, being 2-0 and 1 for Marion because she has that draw. They should be fighting each other. And Kat, well, too late. Kat should have fought Sarah Man, but Sarah, she's pregnant. She can't fight She can't fight for another year or so. But I think Kat should have fought Juliana Pena, but she's coming back, and I think that she would want to avenge that loss that she took. But UFC is just like it's like with guys like Chuck Liddell and a couple other fighters. They just try to keep them on the roster for some reason.
Okay.
They give them lucky. They give them soft touch fights just to keep them on the roster.
Okay. Coach, what do you think that Ketlin should do? I have my own opinions, but what do you think the outlook's going to be for Ketlin going forward? Because George brought up some good points. Kat Zingano, and I agree. Kat Zingano, she had a good win over Marion Renault. I'll give her that. I can't take that away from her. But if people and fans think, or she thinks that that's enough to get a title shot after whatever happens between Cyborg and Nunes, I definitely have to disagree with that. I'd like to see Kat Zingano in the mix, maybe with Raquel Pennington. I'd like to see maybe some type of round robin thing going on between. Ketlin deserves a title shot, but if she's not going to be ready, then I'd like to see her get a matchup against maybe a Raquel or a Marion or something like that. What do you think, Coach? You there?
Coach.
It's all good. We got Genesis in the building. What's going on, sis? Hey, Genesis, you're on mute. You there?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, everybody. Who all?
Hey, what's going on?
I see Gary, George. Is Jay on here? Who's this?
I don't see her.
Arbor was saying that he left.
Oh, well, hello, people.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
Did you get the tail end of that? What we were talking about with Ketlin Vieira and all that?
Yeah, I did.
So what do you think Ketlin should do? This is a two-part question. What do you think Ketlin Vieira should do going forward, maybe to get more publicity and make that title shot happen sooner? What do you think the UFC is going to do?
I think she's probably gonna have to wait now since she pulled out, and I feel like she pulled out because she feel like, okay, well, I'm gonna pull out now, so whoever fight next or whatever, she thinking that she's gonna get a 1-up that way, but it's not gonna work that way for her. She should just went ahead and took this fight and tried to win it, and then the next one would have probably been like her versus Holly for an interim title or something. I think she really played herself with that decision.
Yeah, and I hear you on that because I'm not there, and people try to people try to get on us and say, oh, we're attacking people who are injured. No, not at all. But at the same time, it's like, I just hope that this injury, like I said before, I just hope that this injury is a very serious one, because we all know that Tanya Evanger's hurt. We all know that she's fighting on it. More than anybody.
Yeah,
and most of these fighters are exactly. And most of these fighters fight hurt. And if
so do.
Right. So if Ketlin Vieira, if this was like her, pulling out and saying like she could fight but didn't want to, then I don't know if that's a good look, because going forward, it's not going to get any easier. It's not.
And my thing is too, like, if it was a minor injury, that you want this title shot so bad. Sometimes you just gotta fight through certain things. You just have to toughen it out. If it's not like some injury that's like really, really severe where, you know, this is going to be like life threatening to you getting into the ring. I can see that, but I don't feel like it's that for her. She feel like if she pulls out and then whatever happens with whoever else she's thinking that she's still going to get put first in line, but it's not going to work that way for her because she already being overlooked as it is. So, I mean, if it was a minor injury, I would have went in and took the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know I'm not even getting the recognition I need and that I'm supposed to, and I didn't pull out the fight. So it's kind of like I'm really taking a back seat to everybody else. Because no matter who wins out of Esmeralda and Tanya Evinger, you know, let's say the UFC wants to give the person who wins that an interim title shot against Holly Holm or something until they figure out what the hell going on with Amanda. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she
exactly
really doing herself a disservice. So I mean, but hey, it's her career. She
and
gonna feel stupid about it later. So hey,
let me address TJ. TJ, ain't nobody saying that she's not hurt. I'm saying if she were doing that and she pulled out, that would hurt her. And first off, you know, people can have injuries all the time and say they said Keith Thurman was hurt, you know, that he had to have surgery, and that was BS. It's nothing to get a doctor to say that. What I'm saying, I'm not saying that she's not hurt. What I'm saying is if she just tweaked it and she used that as an excuse to get out to the fight, I don't think that would be a good decision. That's what I'm saying. So, you know, let me just debunk that right off the back.
Yeah, really, before you start your bullshit tonight.
Right, man. So, Mary, what do you think about all this, man?
I think we talked about that earlier. I mean, Kat, that's her business, you know. She she think that this injury, you know, I think she just want to make sure that she's always 100% before doing something, and that's just what she's trying to do. So she's already being overlooked, but maybe by the time she comes back, and maybe, you know, we honestly don't know how this will play out. We can only guess, but it's 50-50 for her, because she could come out of it, you know, better and get beat by the person that, or get a one up, or what you call it, or she could come out, get better, and do exceptionally well towards whoever they put her against in that fight. So I think with her, like, she's just trying to take a shot in the dark right now. She knows that she's already not that well up there, and she's trying to make herself as good as she can for as long as she can. Basically, she wants to be in ship shape. So sometimes that's not always the better option, but for her right now, I mean, I don't really know. I think you know what? Only she knows. You know, we don't know what she's going through. That's the thing. We don't know how bad the injury is. We're not her. We haven't been with her in that gym at her house. We don't have her injury. We don't know what she's going through. So I like to take her word. She's not a full of shit person. So I like to take her word for it and just be like, hey, okay, you got this injury. You don't want to chance it. I understand. Just better yourself so that when you
there?
Because if you, hello?
Okay, I hear you. It went out for a second.
Oh, how much did you hear?
No, I heard all of it. Just paused for a second.
Oh, whatever she doing, she better make it worth it, because it wouldn't make sense for her to pull out, you know, rest off, do all this stuff, and then come back and then just get completely trashed. Now, if her losing a fight wouldn't entirely be her fault, because that fighter, just like she's working hard to win a fight, her opponent would be working hard to win a fight. So both of them are working. So it wouldn't be entirely her fault if she loses her next fight after an injury out. But, you know, she's just got to give it her all with this and take her time at the same time. So it's a 50-50, but all I'm saying is she better make it shit work.
Right. And that's all I'm saying. I just want to reiterate that, because sometimes, you know, things get confused. I'm not saying that she's not hurt or anything like that. It was just a more of question of what do you guys think would happen going forward if, you know, with this taking place. I mean, I'm just looking at, I just saw an article today and they just kicked out Jamie Moyo, Danielle Taylor, and Viviane Pereira, and now they're in Invicta. And Danielle Taylor, I know you guys know that about her, and Viviane Pereira, they're both on the no love list. And fighters like Pereira, Danielle Taylor, Ketlin Vieira, they don't get the opportunities that other fighters get, right? So that's the only point I was making, was that I hope that this injury, if she does have to get surgery and all that, definitely get better. I'm not saying that you're not hurt, but if it's a minor injury, then I don't know. But if it's a major injury, you got to get that work done. You got to get better. But the messed up thing is that, and that's what my beef is with the UFC, is that fighters like Ketlin Vieira, fighters like Danielle Taylor, fighters like Viviane Pereira, they don't get the opportunities that these other fighters get. Here, Pereira, she has what? She's 2-2 in the UFC, 13-2 overall, and now she's being sent down to Invicta. Danielle Taylor, 9-4, went 2-3 inside the octagon. Now she's in Invicta, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it is a lesser level to the UFC. While you got fighters like Kat Zingano who, or no, not even, I won't even say that, like Jessica Ai and so many others, and there's nothing against her. Holly Holm, at least she takes good competition, right?
Yeah,
she's fought some of the best, but
we can't.
Go ahead, George.
We can't forget Pop Gun Paige
Van Zandt. Exactly.
Right there, yeah.
Hey, Coach, are you there? Okay, Coach is still not here. But Paige Van Zandt, that's another one. She's still on the UFC roster, man. Jessica Ai still getting fights.
It's about, we all know what it's about. It's about two things: looks and what the fans want. And the fans love the little, like people like Michelle Waterson. You know, she's not white, but she's cute and attractive. Paige, she's cute and attractive. She just got a new boob job now. Now she's getting more attention. And then, like, look at this good example, like the fight from last weekend with Courtney Casey and Angela Hill. I'm surprised she's not got kicked off yet. And Courtney Casey, because she could have got kicked off. But she knew. I think Courtney Casey knew to stay on there. She had to win that fight. If she lost that fight, I think she would get axed. And she pulled it out. But you know, Angela Hill, she's been struggling. I think she has lost 2 straight fights since she's been on. I think she lost Nina Ansaroff and then somebody else. Then she loses to Courtney Casey. But because she loves to get on Twitter and talk about stuff and talk junk, they like that. You know, but she's still losing.
Speaking of simp fight, Paige Van Zandt is actually fighting Rachel Ostovich soon.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Oh man, here we go.
The battle of the models.
Girl, you know what? I'm gonna be quiet.
No, go ahead, Genesis.
Go ahead, Genesis. Yeah, the other point being quiet.
Oh Lord, you know that's gonna be a bullshit ass fight. It is, and I just had to say it straightforward like that. That fight is gonna be trash, but I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't see what's her name winning it. I don't, cause she gonna be trying to fight all pretty and shit. She's not gonna go out there and put her all in it. So I mean, she ain't already lost for me before the weigh-in and everything. I'm already counting her out.
Who, Rachel? No, I think
Rachel.
Paige.
Who?
Yeah, I'm
Paige.
Paige.
Oh. Remember she busted her elbow when she fought Jesse Rose Clark, and everybody still pissed at her for busting her elbow on her head at Jesse Rose Clark. But hey, she should have not tried to do a super move like that. You're not prepared, you know, to hit that person just the right spot. And then what it is, you know, I know Coach don't like me saying this, but you know who's gonna like these the fans boy Smos when he's sitting in front of the TV with their lube and Kleenex right next to it. That's who's gonna like it. They're not gonna see like 2 women fighting. In their mind, they'll see like 2 girls in bikinis fighting with pillows.
Oh
Now,
Lord.
George, you know damn well when they sitting in front of that fight and the fight comes on the TV, it won't be the remote they're holding in their hand.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. You know what? It's so crazy that y'all say that because all the fighters that they say is so fine and sexy be these ugly, bony ass little girls, and I'm just like, damn. You trying to say, oh, she's so curvy and she got a nice body? What the fuck are y'all thinking? On what
Like,
planet?
No, that's because that's the taste of the white man. Because you know how
yes,
Oh yeah, hell
some of
yeah, that's the
yeah.
case.
Well,
women.
you
Cause
guys have to realize
they like them girls that shaped like number 2 pencils.
oh my,
6 o'clock straight up in 6 o'clock straight up in town.
Yeah, they like them girls that shaped like 16-year-old white boys, just straight up and down.
Oh God,
I sure
can fit in
did
tight.
say it.
Can fit in skinny jeans. Still have space left over.
Uh-huh. Yep,
But
they
that's
like
that's
that
that's
shit.
that's the thing. That's why they don't want the featherweight division. The featherweight division, the women are you're bringing more. You're gonna have some more heavy hitters. You're gonna have
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
have some knockouts. I was this afternoon. I was watching UFC was showing top knockouts. I was watching. I was came the last minute of it. It was showing when Rich Franklin got knocked out by Anderson Silva. And I've seen. I used to, like I said, I watched knockouts where guys drop like wet rags, just boom, just drop like cinder blocks. I mean, when you hit by a sledgehammer, and that's what the featherweight division bang. You can see some real banging. You got heavy hitters. You got knockout power. Strawweight, you don't really see too many knockouts. You'll see submissions. You might see a referee stoppage, even to get a ground and pound situation, but you're not gonna see no real knockouts. But with featherweights, the women are bigger. They're gonna come in harder. Ain't gonna see knockouts just because they don't look like the Paige Van Zandt or the beauty queens. Like everybody remember the model Heather Graham. No, not Heather Graham. Ashley Graham, and she did Sport Illustrated. I said, wow. Or when I saw someone like Beyonce, I said, wow. I mean, like someone that I might find attractive, not somebody looks like they can hula hoop a Cheerio. And the white guys talking about not just white guys, just some guys who just into the little skinny model girls say, yeah, what's the fat chicks on the cover of Sports Illustrated? Because that's what there's a growing number of guys who's into that. A lot of white boys like hip hop, and they love the girls that came out like the Melissa Fords and the
And you know what?
chicks
That's so
with
funny that you said that because around that era, like that was like around the Buffy the Body and Gloria Velez era.
yeah, I remember Gloria because she used to do a
this
couple of episodes of the Chappelle Show.
this the thing. I mean, people are gonna have their different standards of beauty and whatnot. I mean, you got a lot of. I mean, I find Cyborg to be pretty attractive, but a lot of people would say otherwise. But this is the thing: when you start using those standards to discriminate against certain fighters, that's when I have an issue against it. You know what I mean? That's when I speak up about it. When you start like attacking certain fighters and this and that, that's when General Africa is going to say something. I mean, like I said before, and I never try to shit on fighters, but Rachel Ostovich has a couple losses, and she's only had a few fights. Jessica Ai, Jessie Rose Clark. There's a lot. Paige Van Zandt, right? I thought she retired. She's still fighting, but yet fighters like Viviane Pereira, who does have her issues. I mean, she's a short fighter who tries to fight like an outside fighter. It's just not going to work. But they're sending her to Invicta, and it doesn't make sense. You had people calling Danielle Taylor like a mushroom, N-word this and that, or N-word midget and stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
Like General, was that long ago where they like Serena Williams was talking about wearing a certain suit, and all of a sudden it's an uproar about that. I mean, oh my God, Serena's gonna wear. I mean, what the hell? I mean, Serena is like she's a girl from the hood. They didn't like it when she came in that year when she wore that black Puma cat suit. And I mean, guys were all over TV talking about it. They were so into it, but they don't like the fact that she comes in. She's a strong black woman with a body. She has a booty.
And you know what? That be pissing me off when they be trying to lay into her, because me and her look alike.
Yeah.
And that shit be pissing me off.
Yeah. And you talk about these other tennis players that don't like Anna Kournikova or Maria
Yeah, and
Sharapova.
yep, they like that. Like I said, they like that number 2 pencil look.
Yeah. But then you see somebody like Serena who has a body, a figure. She's fit. They talk about she's a man. She got muscles. So she has a few muscles. But like I said, I'm a fan of
But
bodybuilding.
you know what, too, George? They need to
Mhm.
understand, and this is not to be racist towards nobody, but for black women that are on the thicker side, of course, we're gonna be solid and swole.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, shit,
Yeah.
every woman is not gonna be skinny and frail. That shit is ugly.
Yeah, but look at like when I remember Martina Navratilova, she came in. She had muscle. She was beating Chris Everett. Her and Chris Everett go back and forth, but she came in with muscle. And that's the thing is, like I said again, I'm a fan of bodybuilding, and like people talk about, well, those moving muscles. They're not. Yeah, I remember one time. This was years ago when I was on a school trip, and I stopped by this bookstore, and I saw a body magazine. One of my favorite bodybuilders, Linda Murray, was in the cover, and the lady at the register talking about, and she called over and look. I mean, I'm like 15, 16. I'm like, what the hell? I'm buying a magazine because I like to read, I like to follow the ladies, I like to follow the sport, and I mean, it doesn't make no sense. You shouldn't judge these women because they are not like what stereotypical people want. Women want the idea women want them to be frail, to be small, to be not man, but these women are strong. That means women we talking about, oh, they're men, they try to be like men. They're not trying to be like men, they want to be like competitors. Just like the women here in MMA. They want to be treated same as like their male equivalents. But they're not doing that. And like TJ said, they considered women's MMA a sideshow. Like when we had women's boxing, you would consider like a sideshow. And it's not taken seriously. Like they give women only 2 minutes to fight. And you gotta make all your work in 2 minutes. But women have better stamina than men. They can do 3 minutes, maybe even 4. And and the thing is that women like Cyborg and uh, uh, um, uh, Jessica Andrade or any woman who's built differently, who has a hips, who has a figure, who has a body, who don't look like 6 o'clock straight up and down, who look like something, if they're like 10 pounds and maybe 100 pounds soaking wet, or they feel like, oh my God, I ate a grapefruit. I need to puke my guts out so I can lose 5 pounds. If these women who are satisfied with who they are, no offense to you, we love you, Brittany. You are who you are. But like I said, it's just men get intimidated when see a woman like just got put on a little muscle. It's just a little muscle. It's not like is that they're gonna be like you. A woman can never be like a man. No matter how much she trains, how much weight she puts on, how much muscle she builds, she'll never be like a man. She'll always be a woman. And like I said, I'm Facebook friends with pretty few bodybuilders. And many of them have husbands, they have kids, they have children. They are women. They're always gonna be women, no matter how long. They're always gonna be women. They like to put on the makeup, put on a nice dress. Sometimes I see pictures. One of my friends sent me a picture of her after she did a show. She's like, she after she did the show, she got dressed up. She's about to go out and hang out with girlfriends, and she was really sexy to me. It mean some guys might not find it attractive, but I do. Anybody else got something to say? I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like, I don't really find women too skinny. With me though, I gotta say, my taste is like a rainbow. Like, I like all colors of the rainbow. I like all shapes and sizes. Long as their personality is not too, as long as their personality ain't ugly, that's the thing. Like, you can look however you want, but when you have a nasty ass personality, that's when it really shows. People want to call Cyborg ugly. She's super masculine. She's a tranny. All this shit. But she's such a nice person that why, even if you don't like how she looks, should that matter to, like, what does she do to you for her to deserve this type of treatment from you? A sorry ass motherfucker like you, who's probably living in the motherfucking somewhere, okay, under your parents' house, is talking shit about Cyborg, who's on the grind, always busting her ass to get money, working hard, being a competitor, getting stuff done with her life, and your sorry ass is over here saying shit like it's gonna do shit for your life, like it's gonna do shit for her life, like it's gonna affect her. What the fuck are you doing over here? Exactly. Yeah, George. Like, it's sad. It's sad as fuck. And is sickening, but that's the world. But
But
to
y'all want to know the most saddest thing I've ever heard from somebody, or actually, I'm even say this from our own people. It's like when they see like like black girls that like want to box and work out and stuff. The first thing I was going to say is, "What you want to do that for? You gonna end up looking like a man." Like people, it's just crazy how how other races and stuff can work out and do this and that. But it's like for the black woman, if she works out too much, it's like y'all want to try to strip us of our femininity because of what I'm saying, of different things that we do. That's just crazy to me.
That reminds
honestly,
me
it
of.
has to do with genes because with apparently, it's scientific and all this shit that with white people and their genetics, when they work out, they can build this amount of muscle in this amount of time. Apparently, with black people, because they're more of a gene freak, it's much easier for us to get jacked doing those same things, especially if we work harder than they do doing that. That's just gonna make us stick all the way out there more than the
Yeah.
other race. And another race close to us like that are the Brazilians. If you notice, it's always
Uh,
the Brazilian women that these motherfuckers are bashing, saying that they look like trannies and stuff. They're usually, if they're not